A Houston area woman shot and killed her estranged common-law husband this week after he tried breaking into her home while armed with a gun. The DA's office is not filing any charges against the woman. Joining us live to talk about it this morning is family violence is Dr. Conti Terrell, a counselor and advocate for domestic violence victims. Good morning, doctor. Thanks so much for talking to us this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about this case. We know that detectives say several police reports were made in the past few days as what they describe as sort of an ongoing situation. I mean, and we hear about this often, right? When we finally hear about sort of this big, tragic, something that ends like this violently, usually there was a lead up to it, right? Almost in all instances. What advice do you have for domestic violence when the victims, when they do decide to notify police about the abuse they're experiencing?
Well, the advice would be to notify the police. In DV, often it's underreported. And so that will make a big difference in cases such as this. If you actually have to protect yourself, you want to make sure that you have had on record that you've tried many times the legal measures of protection.
Yeah, I mean, why that's so difficult, and I know you know this, I mean, is that you report it, but you feel like there's only so much police are going to do once they leave your home. At the end of the day, once they leave, I mean, these victims literally are on their own, or am I wrong? Is there something else that they can do to leave an abuser safely? I mean, what advice do you give?
I mean, we, as the founder of Fresh Spirit Wellness for Women, a nonprofit organization, we often tell them to make sure that you stay as safe as possible. We make sure that we give a safety plan, but we often say, make sure you stay safe. You know, that could be not letting anybody in. That could be letting people know if you're going somewhere alone. And then that's also protecting your household as best you can, because we do know, statistics shows that during this time, the violence leads to death about 75% higher when leaving or when you're breaking away from the situation. So number one is safety.
Yeah, absolutely. And even in these instances where, unfortunately, I mean, this woman did shoot and kill the person who's been described as her abuser, there are long-term effects of family violence, whether it ends this way or whether it doesn't. Can you talk a little bit about that, the long-term effects of it?
Yes, you know, one of the things that people don't realize when we talk about having PTSD, most people think that somebody who's been in the service and come out of the service, but there's a lot of mental anxiety and psychological instances that happen when you have been in domestic violence for a long time. There's anxiety, there's depression, there's postpartum, trauma and traumatic stress disorders because of often feeling unsafe and afraid and on pins and needles and walking around on eggshells. It does a lot of psychological damage and impact on the victims and their families.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk a little bit about the resources that you provide in our community to, one, bring awareness, but also to help domestic violence victims.
Yes, so we offer counseling, domestic violence counseling, as well as mental health counseling. We offer case management. We offer legal services where we help you with obtaining protective orders and restraining orders, emergency kick-out orders, all of those things. And a support group where you are with women who understand, because there's often so much victim shaming and blaming. And so we are here to help you, even providing help with filing the crime victims compensation application, as well as, mainly so important, having a safety plan.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to be able to let people reach out to you to get to some of those resources. When we share this interview online, we'll put information on how they can get in touch with you. Dr. Conti Terrell, thank you so much for talking with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Hey, remember, if you or someone you know may be a victim of domestic violence at home, there is help available. We have more resources on our website, clicktohouston.com/domestic violence. And this is all part of our Breaking Free coverage, because we know this is a huge problem across the country, but especially here in Houston and Harris County.